So, last episode we ended up beating the big giant with the storm sword. Well, today we're gonna start a little differently. Before we continue with the story, it's time to show off some spells. Obviously, I cannot use every spell, but Dark Souls 3 has a lot of new spells compared to Dark Souls 1. I'm not really sure about Dark Souls 2 because I didn't really finish that one. But there are a lot of new spells and they have like different requirements than they had in the past. So I already got a few here that I like either collected um, during stream and some off stream. And for the rest, maybe this great combustion we can show off. We have some new black flames as well, but I don't have the fate for that for now, and that will be for quite a while that I don't have the fate for that, because I want to work on my attunement first a little bit. But first things first, let's start with the new soul and also the black one. Um, I'm gonna show this one because this spell is pretty much the same as this. The only difference is these are black orbs, these are blue orbs. But for the rest, it's not really all that much difference. So the homing soul mass is pretty much how we know it. You cast it and you have like these bolts around you that follow you and attack the first enemy you come across. Like so. But you see the damage is actually pretty mediocre. Then we have the Neil Soul Spear. We're gonna use that soon enough. Oh god. That's the only annoying part about those type of enemies. If they grab you like that, they kill you like that. We actually managed to get the weapon like that, so that is pretty nice. But to quickly show off the blade without dying this time, it's like pretty much a blade like the steel sword we have, but it's black this time, and it packs way more impact. It's pretty much like a great sword, you could say, but with a downward slash. We also have the Pope gear because although I didn't want to do that first, it has better stats, so that's something like, yeah, why not? Then you have the Fire Orb and the Chaos Fire Orb, but those we already know from Dark Souls 1. They just have other stats right now, and obviously they work with the Pyromancy hand. That you see pretty much the same, only the Chaos one leaves this little bit of lava on the ground. If enemies like stay in it, they actually take damage over time as well. Can I finish him off? No. I was actually hoping to kill him a few times, but my spells take a lot of impacts. I'm also a little bit surprised in that way. Like, if you see, they have like, I mean, this one doesn't have any stats, but if you look at other spells like this, a very high intelligence stats, like it's different than in Elden Ring, because in Elden Ring your fate determines your um, like your miracles and your fire-based spells. Well, here it's just intelligence. So even though you need two different things for it, you need the pyroman's hand for fire, obviously, and you need a wand for um, soul-related stuff. It's still pretty handy that you have like a wider variety. Then we have the flame towers. Although I'm uh, I'm like a big, well, like on paper I'm a big fan of it, but unfortunately the reality is not really that good. But it's pretty much spraying fire from the hands, and this is like more in a little pattern. I actually didn't test the damage from this one. You see, he kind of gets like stunned a little bit, but then like isn't really affected by it. So that's why I don't like it. It's a cool idea on paper, like a endless stream of fire, but unfortunately it doesn't do all too much. I think I wasted my one ember, but it's fine. I have 30 anyway. Then this one, we also know those from Dark Souls 1. Looks really fancy, but unfortunately doesn't always hit the targets if they're like small enough. Sometimes they stay like between the pillars. But Chaos Storm is like a little better because it leaves the lava as well, so that covers like somewhat more area. I also love it more than in Dark Souls because in Dark Souls it had like let's say some kind of it had like some kind of like spell value. But you kind of see what I meant there. Like I did the full cast and he lost like not even half his health. So even though it looks cool, if like if your enemy is like not massive, unfortunately it's not that great. Um, and then we actually come to some spells that even Elden Ring doesn't have. That I do actually really like. That is Sacred Flame and Profound Flame. Like the Secret Flame works kind of like the Dark Hand in Dark Souls 1. That you like grab your enemy and then the flame explodes. And it works against all like human type kind of enemies. Hmm. On those it like really just kind of stuns them. They're not too hard, but like you cannot like play around with them too long. Um, but it's just handy because they're like close to the bonfire. Um, then the profound flame is actually something good in that regard. Like you kind of make this like flame circle, you see, and then it like explodes. So I'm like a real fan of that. But to like showcase this on like a smaller enemy, what you actually do is like you grab them. Okay, but quickly we'll need to showcase that somewhere else. I forgot that those are extremely fire weak and it just obliterates them. So we're quickly gonna travel. Um, I think it actually might work on the giant here. I mean, it did work on the fire stage that I tested it on back in the smoldering lake, but that was like off stream. And since that giant here, like, kinda has the same size, I suspect it to work, and if it doesn't work, we travel again to the smoldering lake. But you see, you kinda like grab them, and then like your hand kinda explodes into them. It takes a little bit of time though, but like once you grab them, they cannot do anything. So that's actually something that I really like. Like even though you not grab them, the hand still goes off and it does like still some nice damage. And then the profound flame has like a little bit of range to it. And also the knockback is like nice. With only 30 FP, it's not like too outrageous to cast as well. But like it takes some time to set it up. So like if your enemies move too fast, it's not that great. But like I said, I really like the hand. Like it's pretty solid. Unfortunately, you cannot grab every enemy. But the ones that you can grab, it really works wonders on. And then of course we have the basic one. It's just combustion. It's like the weapon skill from his hand, just like a flame spark. Mm. So let's see. We might keep. Gonna keep that one. Um, I'm gonna keep this. Not that. Not that. Not that. And that. Like ideally, I wanna have something like this, like a tune spells, and then I want this, and eventually the chaos bat, but that's two slots, and we only have one at the moment. We could use rings, but I don't really feel like doing that. So I'm gonna play around with like those that are like the three spells that are like most of all. I think I'm gonna start with maybe the hand, because like the fireball I already know. I know it's good already from Dark Souls 1. It is solid. Those two are new so far I can remember. So kind of want to try that out. And I think on everything, or almost everything, that is like a little bit on the human size, like for example the giant here as well. Oh, yeah, wait, wrong spell. You only need to be like very close to them, so that's like maybe the only downside. But like you see, it does like quite a bit of damage. We also changed up our rings a little bit. Well, our rings and our staff actually. Although it's not the best staff when it comes to like scaling, it has like built-in like casting speeds are customly in the far north and allow for faster casting than ordinary catalysts. That's why we kind of use it. Because eventually we will get this ring, then the young dragon's ring that boosts both the sorceries, and then we have this ring, the magic clutch ring, that even boosts my sorceries even further. Um, the the reason why I go for like those three is because I can also go for the fire cluttering to increase my fire damage, but I feel that my fire pyromancies actually do like quite a bit of damage already. Especially the one that we actually want. But for that we need 24 attunement and we only have 19, so that's like 5 levels. That being said though, we're gonna continue a little bit backwards, the distant manor that is right before the dungeons. And we was here. Because you might have noticed it last time, but there is a like a little bit of silver over here, and you can go in there. And that's our next path. Just gonna deal with those little creepers. That's drop for like 900, and they're a lot easier than the jailers in the catacombs. I also did look up the value. Actually, it's my shield that it gives us the most souls, because that increases our souls with like 20%, while the silver serpent ring only does it for 10%. But together that's like 30%, and it also works on bosses, so. And for the rest, we're like min-maxing it a little bit. Like the reason I go for the magic clutch ring, even though you have like the